Welcome to the Natural Health and Healing Show with one of New England's leading nutritionists, Mark Mincola. The show is brought to you by the Good Health Stores in Hanover and Quincy. Call Mark at 781-837-4900 with your health and nutrition questions. Now, here's Mark.
Good evening and welcome. And I'm here this evening with the rest of New England's finest nutritionists. I'm actually here on our 7th anniversary of the Natural Health and Healing Show, and pleasantly surprised to have my cohorts in here this evening. They surprised me, and it's great to have them here. Jill LaForest.
Good evening.
Great to have you here. Christine Mealy.
Hello.
Amy Terrio.
Hi.
And, of course, Suzanne Landry.
Hello.
And we're not leaving Bill Hall out back there in the back of the room, but it's good to see you as well. And, of course, Candide is here, and Adam Ing, of course, is here as he is each Sunday. But great to have you guys here. You surprised me.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on board. And it was 7 years ago this past week that Bill Coleman, anybody remember Bill Coleman? Bill Coleman used to be here at the network, and 7 years ago he came in the middle of the work week and said, I've got a great idea. How about if we do a radio show? I said, we'll lead the way. And we developed this program and put it all together for everybody. And the following Sunday, bang, that was it. It's been 7 years of broadcasts ever since. So anyway, it's wonderful to have everybody here. And it's really especially good not to have cake. I'm glad nobody had to bring any cake in here this evening because, of course, I would have had to turn down the offer for cake.
We thought about it.
You thought about it. But I'm pleased to have everybody here. Christine, you have an upcoming event, if you want to talk a little bit about that. These guys have, of course, made the nutrition machine work for us here in the South Shore. These folks that I just introduced to you a moment ago are the ones that work, of course, with me at Santee Holistic Healing. And they're remarkable folks. They are amazing students of nutrition. They've worked very, very hard over the years and do absolutely amazing, amazing work and have helped so many people, continue to help so many people. So every now and then it's special for us to kind of get together and talk about nutrition together, and this is a very special occasion with which we can do that. So great to have you. But Christine, you do have a major event coming up, a nutrition event. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
And first, I'd like to thank you for everything you've given us over the years. A lot of education, good friendship, and we want to wish you a happy Father's Day and a happy 7 years and many, many more.
Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
And yes, we do have a weight loss program coming up. Myself and Mona Corvels-Cusick, who is our hypnotist, and she's going to be doing hypnosis, and I'm going to be doing the nutrition side. And we'll be talking about nutrition and weight loss, and also nutrition and disease prevention. We're not just focusing on weight loss, but
fantastic.
I think that they go hand in hand.
Great.
And she'll be doing the hypnosis side. So
good. And where's this going to be?
It is in Hull, and the name of it is Core Studio 291. And it begins on June 23rd. It's every other week, so it's July 9th and July 21st. And the cost is $125 per person.
Great.
Yeah, it's Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m.
And there's got to be a number they can call us. Do they just simply call us at the office at Santee?
Yep, 781-383-3393.
Very good.
And call as soon as possible so you can get your spot.
Get in there, folks. Absolutely. And, obviously, Christine is someone who can help you, no question, with your nutrition questions and with your weight loss issues. That's what she does. And that is her expertise. And Mona, of course, lends a whole different avenue of that work.
The two together
are absolutely.
The hypnosis actually helps you break some of those bad habits that you have, surrounding thoughts, surrounding food, and things like that. And then a little bit of education about, the pH balance, which we talk about so much, and the stress response, and how those relate to not only chronic disease, but weight loss as well. So we're going to cover all of that.
Fantastic. Yep. Great stuff. All right. And Jill is, of course, over there in the corner, and I know that Jill's got some great programs upcoming. I know in the not-too-distant near future you've been doing a lot of work, actually, with singing of late.
Yes, I have.
You're discovering your voice, or different parts of your voice, healing parts of your voice, deep expressions from within. That's a really important discovery.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of time to work on work on those aspects, work on dancing.
Right.
You'll be seeing a lot of yoga dance coming up soon for me. A lot of using movement and sound.
And that's an important thing, I think, to emphasize that the work we do at Santi Holistic Healing is really holistic. It's not just about nutrition, although Christine just brought up the fact that, we do a lot of work with obviously weight loss, etc. But, Jill's point's a really important one, that we do actually a lot of yoga, a lot of mind-body counseling, a lot of mind-body programs like you're talking about. And, I know Amy, who's really kind of the brains of this joint here, really putting together a lot of programs that really expand on the theme of holism. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, we have so many great therapists at Santi, and everybody has different expertise and things that they are passionate about. So what we're trying to do is really bring everybody together. And we've put together different packages and programs that combine different therapies in order to help someone reach their goal in a better way, and it's much more effective to do it that way.
Well, and nowadays especially, I think there's so many people that are really ready to download in a different way. There's so many people that are finally ready to listen to somebody who has something to share with them regarding how to improve their management of stress, for example, how to breathe differently, and as Jill was saying, how to move your body differently. There's so many wonderful yoga therapy type programs and so many wonderful breath programs and things of that nature. So
Definitely.
This is a really important time. I think a lot of folks feel a lot of stress that's personal stress and global stress and economic stress, and people seem to be more willing than ever, I think, to really tap into some of these programs.
And it's really more important right now.
It is indeed. So great. I mean, I think those are things that in the years ahead are going to really, I think, absolutely be invaluable to the community. So it's great stuff.
Definitely. We'd like to welcome any opinions and any feedback from people and suggestions about things that they would like to see us do as well.
And why don't you mention the website while you're at it?
Well, we don't quite have the website.
Coming soon. Coming to a theater near you. Film at 11.
But it's coming soon. It will just be SantiHolisticHealing.com.
Okay, and that will be soon, yes?
Soon to come. We're working on it.
But meanwhile, back at the ranch, meanwhile, if you really want to tap into any information, you can go to maxhealing.com, of course, and learn about what's going on at Santi. Soon, you'll be able to go to a Santi.com site.
Absolutely.
And again, the phone number we gave a little while ago, 781-383-3393. We certainly run the ads here each week about the wonderful work that we're all doing there. And folks interested in learning more, of course, can just give a call. And Suzanne, you're quietly paying attention to all these wonderful comments.
Impressed by my colleagues.
What say you these days?
Well, I've been really excited just jumping into the work that I've learned from you, muscle testing, people's foods, and supplements. And I have been going through a lot of personal growth, studying Chinese medicine and focusing really on mind medicine. And when I met you, Mark, I was running the nutrition program at the MGH Cancer Center.
That's Mass General Hospital, folks.
Mass General Hospital, and now I'm consulting at Dana-Farber. And I think what I've learned from you is conservative nutrition helps you understand, the need for vitamins and minerals and food and phytonutrients. But I have a family history. Both my parents have had cancer, and I spent a lot of time, with my patients with cancer. And what I learned is that conservative nutrition can support you through treatment, but the work that we do, I am so surprised by the patients that I see every day, what an impact you can have in curing disease. And so for me, my focus has been somewhat letting go of conservative nutrition and taking what I've learned and integrating it into Chinese medicine. And I've had so many experiences lately where mind medicine and focusing on the organ testing, where it's not just checking foods and supplements to an organ, but really understanding what emotion is associated with that organ. And I've just been blown away, people's migraines completely going away after 10 years, or lymphedema completely going away, cancer going away, just from focusing on their minds and sort of rethinking and reworking what they're doing. And I'm always surprised, too, because I'm learning as I go along. So for me, I'm just really excited doing our work, and I'm so privileged to be at Santi. And you've really inspired me, and you've helped me get over the fear of cancer, because I really see that there is no disease like we know it, that we can just get to the root and take care of it.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we're going to pay a few bills, and we'll be right back with these lovely ladies. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Laura from Good Health Natural Foods, proud sponsor of the Health and Healing Show. We're all about smart, simple, and affordable nutrition. Let our lifestyle consultants help you and your family keep your resolutions and achieve all your personal goals this year. Feel good and look your very best today. For everything natural, organic, and economical, it's Good Health Natural. Thanks for listening.
Right in our area, we are fortunate to have one of the top martial arts schools in the country, Personal Best Karate. Personal Best has been recognized for their community involvement, professional staff development, character building programs, and exciting educational curriculum. Personal Best stands at the top of their industry. 5 locations offering personalized professional instruction. Not sure if karate is right for you? At no obligation, the staff at Personal Best will guide you in a private introductory program to see if karate is indeed the right fit to help you achieve your goals and meet your needs. What does karate at Personal Best teach you? Character building, success habits, helps you get in shape, relieve stress, self-control, setting goals, and of course, self-defense. Personal Best's goal is to create successful, contributing members of society through the practice of the martial arts at Personal Best. Mr. Chris Rappold is, of course, the founder of Personal Best Karate. He tells me his greatest joy of all is to see the personal transformation in each and every student. Bring out your best with Personal Best Karate. Telephone number 508-285-5425. That's 508-285-5425. Locations in Norton, Foxborough, Southeaston, Franklin, and Taunton. That's Personal Best Karate.
Did you know that arsenic is a common contaminant found in our local drinking water? Did you know that bottled water may be more dangerous than tap water? Join Dr. Ann Doggett of Whole Body Solutions in Quincy and Lono Hoala, international expert and best-selling author of Don't Drink the Water, for an eye-opening presentation, Healthy Water for Healthy Bodies seminar. That's Tuesday, June 30th, 7 in the evening at the Marriott in Quincy. Tickets, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Hurry, limited space is available. Call for your tickets today, 617-328-6300. That's 617-328-6300. Or visit wholebodysolutions.org for more information. Come learn how to keep your family safe and healthy while drinking town or well water.
Alrighty, good evening, folks. Glad to have you on board here, and welcome back in studio. We have, of course, my colleagues, my dear friends, the folks that we work together all week long helping folks like you in the neighborhood, and it's great to have them here. And I can't tell you how proud I am of every one of them, how hard they've worked, how much they've learned, and how much they continue to help people. As Suzanne so eloquently pointed out before the break, remarkable differences are there to be made. And I think we're doing some pretty interesting stuff. What do you think?
Definitely.
We are, yes.
Most definitely.
And, I think each one of us here, everybody here has certainly noted that the system that we implement, how do I describe it? It's nothing more than sort of a westernized, contemporized, personalized sort of translation, I guess I'd say, of Chinese medicine that, for 3,000 years, Chinese medicine has certainly spoken for itself. It's done remarkable stuff. And, when I was writing my books, in fact, as I'm republishing and rewriting everything right now to a Fare Thee Well, it's like you go back over that information and you remember back to why you put the system together that you did in my case. And I was thinking to myself, many, many years ago, what is the perfect system of holism? What is the perfect holistic system? So, certainly there were very many natural systems, the Golden Age Greek system, the Greco-Roman system, the Ayurvedic system. There were many ancient, even the Arabic system of medicines. I studied them all in a number of manners and ways. But I said, Chinese medicine is something that has never been contemporized. It's never been updated. It's never been retranslated in simple day-to-day terms. So we took our nutrition model and we sort of filtered it through that. And it's a bioenergetic system, and as Suzanne was saying, we do a lot of muscle testing and try to tap into the specific uniquenesses of each and every patient because, one of the things that I find really disturbing about medicine, Orthodox medicine, and for that matter, Orthodox nutrition, is that it's one size fits all. And I had someone in the office the other day, and they said, well, what is it with this system? And I said, well, look, would you like to, because they were bringing up the whole idea that I thought blueberries were good for you. I said, well, they are good for somebody, but they're not good for you. We muscle tested you for blueberries, and you flunked them. And I said, look, let me simplify. I said, I'm going to give you my shoes to wear for the rest of the day. You come back and visit me at the end of the day, and your feet are going to be killing you. They got that. So you've got to basically get the message to people that it's all about bioindividuality. I think that's the most unique part of what we do. We've got Good Health on the line.
Hey, Mark, we have Diane and Ralph, our flagship sponsors.
Diane and Ralph, hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Really good. We wanted to say happy anniversary.
God bless you. Thank you. Because without you guys, none of us would be here in the South Shore, and all the great listeners and viewers out there globally wouldn't have the opportunity to tune into this wonderful experiment. So,
well, without you, we wouldn't be hearing all the updated health information that we do get from you every single week. So we really thank you for being there. It's a great, great service to the community, and it's an honor to sponsor you.
Well, thank you so much, Diane. 7 years ago when Bill Coleman came to me with the idea of doing a broadcast like this, I was real excited about it, but I thought to myself, how are we going to basically get that thing up and on the air? What's the economics of it? And, there was only one store that I thought about going to. One group came to mind, and one group only, and that was Good Health Natural Foods. It was Ralph and Diane. So right from the get-go, you guys were wide open. You embraced it. And, I give you a heartfelt thanks, and I celebrate your wonderful commitment to the program. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, from the other half of the partnership, I thought that I'd tell you, great job. You put the South Shore on the map when it came to health and nutrition, and everybody on the South Shore really, really owes you a lot of thanks. And this is not from anything other than, from a friend to a friend and a brother to a brother. But I still want you to know you still owe me a dinner.
That's probably going back about to, 15 years.
I would say, it still ain't off the hook.
That was a football bet 15 years ago. God bless you. You still remember anyway.
I still remember. Well, with your help, I'm 66 years old. I still got my mind.
God bless you. Ralph, thank you so much, man. I love
you. Thank you, Mark.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Well, that was really great. Again, this is our 7th anniversary of the Natural Health and Healing Show, so anything can go this evening. And, of course, I was surprised to walk in the studio and see all my colleagues here waiting for me. Surprise, surprise. I love surprise parties. These are a lot of fun, especially the ones without all the sugar that I don't have to turn down.
No sugar up in here.
No sugar up in here, no. We're doing it clean tonight, folks. This is what you call clean partying.
We got our water.
So, anyway, yes, the work that we do is astounding. I think the key really is that people are starting to awaken to it. There's a lot of folks in the South Shore, and not just in the South Shore, that are beginning to tune in. Jill, why do you think people are starting to really awaken to it? Is it just that the planet is aching these days? What is it?
Well, I think it's a lot of different things. I think people just want answers. They're seeking the truth, and they're finding it.
I think that's probably a pretty basic and true explanation of it all. Christine, what do you think?
I think people are finally realizing they're coming back to themselves a little bit. They're looking at the holistic picture now because, the more prescriptions they get, the sicker they get, in some cases. So I think they're looking, like Jill said, for different answers. And when they turn it back to themselves and they look at their emotions and their stress and what's driving them and where they've come with their chronic disease and things like that, they're finding, like Jill said, they're finding the answers and they're seeing the connection to themselves again.
Absolutely. And I think, too, the other part of the equation is I think that people are finally at that saturation point where they've heard enough about it. They've watched somebody or other on Oprah. They've read a book. They've picked a magazine article out, read that, passed it around the family, maybe gone down to Good Health and learned a few things. I think that for all intents and purposes, there's a consciousness level that would suggest that people are probably better ready, better prepared to take on a commitment such as a holistic healing program than they've ever been. What do you think, Amy?
I think it's becoming much more accepted in society now, too, so people are more comfortable exploring other means. I think people are getting, frustrated with some of the ways that we've been doing medicine, and I think they're looking for other options.
I think you're right. Suzanne?
I think a lot of the people that we see are from word of mouth, where they think, well, you're doing something crazy, but you look fabulous and you feel great. So I'm going to see what I
want some of that.
I'll take that. I'll have what he's having. And I think a lot of people are surprised that when they come into our office, many times I don't even put anyone on any homeopathics or supplements initially. It's strictly food. And I think people are so surprised that food, I think they really learn food is medicine.
That is the message, is it not?
And it's powerful. And
when they start realizing that they can deal with inflammatory conditions, for example, by subtracting certain foods and emphasizing others, they do start to think about it in those terms. That food really is medicine. That's incredible. We got a special caller on. Who would that be? Let's see. Hello, special caller.
Hello. Hey, Mark. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Good.
You can't guess who it is, Mark? With the mystery caller, please sign in. All right. He has a very famous...
this is Bill.
Famous father.
Yeah.
You got it.
Bill Coleman. God bless you, man. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great. If it weren't for you, this program wouldn't be on the air as well.
Well, really, it's Ralph and Diane.
It is their support and their commitment, their tried true commitment. But it was your concept. You took me aside 7 years ago and said, "Hey, how about doing a radio show?" So you were the guy that first came to me with this brainchild here. You are the guy who got it rocking. So
yeah, but you got it rocking, and the rest is history. And you've done such a great job with it, and it's. Like Ralph and Diane were saying, it's become such a great resource for people across the South Shore and even north of Boston, on certain nights when the signal's good.
Right.
And then from there, television, everything else. But really, you think about the start, and it really, Ralph and Diane, Good Health, Natural Foods, they're such a great resource on the South Shore as well.
They are the Mecca.
Most certainly.
But my hat is forever off to you, Bill, because I will never forget those early days when you sat down and theorized this whole process. And I remember you coming in the office, and we had to do ads at the last minute. I never did a radio ad in my life. And Bill brought in the Marantz, this little tiny Ed's little portable Marantz.
Yeah.
This little tape recorder, and he brought it right over the desk, and I had an appointment that was in the waiting room ready to come in. He says, can you fire up an ad in about the next minute and a half? Yeah, sure. We're still running the doggone ads now.
They sound great.
They sound great. Anyway, you never know what you can do until you dive in, I guess,
That's right.
But I thank you, obviously, and I'm forever indebted to you for the concept, and of course, your wonderful friendship is something that means a great deal to me. So,
and you too, and all the all the education and learning and improvement of health that have come from my friendship with you and my association and being a client as well.
Well, thank you so much, Bill, and you've come a long way. How's your training business going?
Good.
Bill is now a fitness trainer, for those who don't know, and you've come a long way in your world of fitness training. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, I'm at Fitness Together in Cohasset. We're under new ownership, and we're really excited. Lifestyle Fitness bought us out a few few months ago, and they own a few other franchises, one in Norwell, one in Dedham and Westboro, and,
right.
And things are going great. So I'm doing that. I'm doing competitive powerlifting under the tutelage of Saul Shaka, who's been a guest on your show. And
Saul's a dear friend, an Olympic gold medalist.
That's for sure.
And,
one of the strongest men in the world.
One of the strongest men in the world. An amazing guy. And, so how about if you give a little information regarding how people can reach you, because you're a wonderful, wonderful fitness trainer, and folks can, of course, maybe think in terms of hooking up with you for some coaching and some inspiration. What about do you have an email? I'm sorry, website, telephone,
I'm right
and stuff?
FT South Shore. Is the FTSouthshore.com, and our telephone number is 781-383-8004. And so that's pretty much how they can reach me. But again, I still love listening to your show. I've learned a lot over the years just from different programs, and talks about different supplements and lifestyle and food, etc.
Well, now you got to come down and visit us at the new offices. You haven't been down to visit us at Santee, Bill.
No, I know. Is it right in the center of town? Is it near Stagecoach Way?
It's number 12 Stagecoach Way. Absolutely right. Actually, Parking Way. That's right. Stagecoach Way is the little... I missed the stage on the way in tonight. So.
That woman is still wearing his shoes, so...
Yes, and I'm wearing her headband.
It's a little tight.
Come on down and visit us sometime, though. Doors open for you always, Bill.
All righty. And probably a lot of listeners don't know what a great... Actually, how I met Mark was through... I was a member of the Mark Dana bands. Mark's a great composer, songwriter, and singer, and guitar player, and harmonica player, and banjo player, and keyboard player, and a few other things.
Yes, and occasionally I sell popcorn at the events.
That's right.
We got to get that fiber in there. Well, Bill, we've had many a great time playing music together and sharing a laugh, and, of course, doing our nutritional exchanges. So, once again, my heart is open and appreciative of all your wonderful friendship and help along the way. And thanks for the day you took me aside and mentioned the concept of doing this radio show.
Well, congratulations on 7 great years doing it.
Thanks so much, Bill. Appreciate it.
All right.
Don't be a stranger.
No,
all right.
Too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
This is Catherine from Jarrow Formulas. We're happy to have continued our relationship with Mark Mincola in the Health and Healing Show, and we're happy to announce a new product from Jarrow Formulas called Jarrow Cell. We all know that as the body ages, it heals less rapidly and becomes frailer. Often the body is unable to process enough nutrients to repair weakening cartilage and protein fibers. A very important element in building and repairing your body is silicon. But unfortunately, as we grow, you may have difficulty absorbing adequate silicon from your diet. But now, thanks to a product called Jarrow Cell, you can be sure to get your share. Jarrow Cell can give you the silicon you need to support your bone health, bone mineral density, and in addition, Jarrow Cell strengthens and beautifies your hair, skin, and nails. Jarrow Cell is available now in a synergistic liquid formula that also includes boron and zinc. Ask for Jarrow Cell at your local health food stores. Or for more information, you can go to the Jarrow website, which is www.jarrow.com.
Did you know that arsenic is a common contaminant found in our local drinking water? Did you know that bottled water may be more dangerous than tap water? Join Dr. Ann Doggett of Whole Body Solutions in Quincy and Lono Hoala, international expert and best-selling author of Don't Drink the Water, for an eye-opening presentation, Healthy Water for Healthy Bodies seminar. That's Tuesday, June 30th, 7 in the evening at the Marriott in Quincy. Tickets, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Hurry, limited space is available. Call for your tickets today, 617-328-6300. That's 617-328-6300. Or visit wholebodysolutions.org for more information. Come learn how to keep your family safe and healthy while drinking town or well water.
Alrighty, welcome back. And, of course, if you just tuned in, you've missed half the party because this is our 7th anniversary, our 7th birthday party. Yeah, really. Pull out the streamers. But it is indeed our 7th anniversary of the Natural Health and Healing Show, and a lot of great memories, a lot of remarkable topics and interviews. I think back over the years to the great Bernie Siegel interviews that we've had. We've had Olympic gold medalists, silver medalists. We've had some wonderful, wonderful times here. Great friends, and that's what we got tonight. We have great friends and colleagues in here, and I'm very happy to have them and proud of their wonderful work. And, of course, Jill LaForest.
Hey.
Christine Mealy.
Hello.
Amy Terrio.
Hi.
And Suzanne Landry.
Hello.
And that's a great hello. I got to tell you, that is a great hello. And we've got another very dear friend on the line, Catherine Foley.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much. I miss you.
I know. I miss you guys, too. I'm eager to get back there. So just catching up on work and, catching up to the 8 ball, I guess is
of course. So how the heck have you been?
Very good.
Good.
Driving around a lot, doing a lot of traveling, and, we're really expanding with Jaro. Now is like a really, it's a good time for Jaro because we have a really good quality product and the price point is really good. So I'm actually getting a lot of new business in areas up in New Hampshire and Vermont and some independent health food stores. So it's been really exciting.
Well, I know one thing. I went down to visit my son Nick at Good Health Natural Foods in Hanover yesterday.
Yep.
And every time I go in there, the Jaro section gets broader and broader, and more shelves are dedicated to it, and the more products are getting yanked off there. People are buying them left and right. So you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, so I'm just getting caught up with all of that stuff, and seeing all of the customers, and going all over the place. But should be back with you guys soon. I miss all of you like crazy.
Well, it's going to be great to get you back in, and we'll have another year to do some really great stuff here.
Yeah.
And bring in some cutting edge information. I know you're always out there and finding the latest information to bring in, and it's always much appreciated. So we look forward to that. And obviously, the other thing here is that we've got a funky economy, and to say that your business is growing during a funky economy tells us an awful lot about the spirit of the company and the people involved.
Yeah, you bet. It's exciting. So it's good to be out there and catching that energy and then also seeing people take better care of their health because they don't they can't afford to miss work to be sick, or I think people's perspectives have changed on life a little bit, and I think quality of life is a little bit more important than the quantity of stuff that you have in it now.
Absolutely, no question. Well, Catherine Foley of Jaro Formulas and of course, Jaro, pass on our great appreciation to him the next time you speak with him, because I feel like he's a family member here as well.
Yeah, me too.
And it's going to be great to see you again and to work with you here. And thank you so much for being a part of the program.
Yeah, happy anniversary and happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, Catherine. Great stuff. And that's the best part of it all, is the wonderful people that you meet in the process along the way. So I'd like to ask each of you, we'll start with you, Jill, what you envision in terms of the future, in specifically in terms of, your creative vision about where you'd like to see your practice go, where you'd like to see your input at Santi go in creative healing terms.
I got a lot of thoughts on that. I started my whole health path actually working at Good Health probably 15 years ago. And I remember I used to see all the little papers with the foods crossed out and circled. And
all that bad writing that was mine.
Trying to decipher that.
Legendary bad writing. Yes.
Now I'm a coder for Markman Code.
Hieroglyphics was my major in college.
I think a lot of what Suzanne said as well really applies to me. I've been doing a lot of self-healing, really trying to move forward and share all of the joy that I have in my life, and hope that I can spread that to people. I'm very interested in music and dance and sharing the fun and the love from that. We're doing wonderful things together. We all, what we have is a great friendship and truth community amongst the people that we work with. And I think a lot of people see that, and it comes through.
I think you're absolutely right. That's a huge point, is that there's a certain level of connection that people actually can enjoy when they come in for a consultation. You know, they come in for a consultation and they're not just there to get the information. There's a connection made there.
Yeah.
That's a very important point. Christine, where do you see your vision moving toward these days? What kind of healing vision, growth, creativity? What do you see?
What I would like to do is start working on the younger community and do some writing. I want to help educate younger people as far as so they can work on disease prevention from a younger age, because as we all know, you're working on chronic disease, whether prevention or the other way,
yes,
at a very young age. So I like to educate parents, but I also like to get in there and talk to the kids and sort of inspire them, so that maybe at a certain age they're still eating not so healthy foods, but there's a point when you start to grow up and you start to be more interested in athletics and things like that, where kids they want to know, they want the answers, and I have them come in. I've actually had kids come in and told the parents they wanted to come in and learn. So I'd like to get in there a little bit and just continue to work with people on opening up to their own creative healing for themselves, their own power to heal, because a lot of people have given that up and they've become very disconnected with themselves,
or never knew about it.
Exactly.
The idea of self-empowerment, the healer within, the ability to really make significant, limitless differences within oneself, within one's mind and thought processes and one's powers. Many folks have never been weaned on that concept.
Right.
And I think,
outward.
Absolutely. And one of the most important things, that we like to share with people is that this is really your experience. This is about you. This is about your life experience, your healing experience. What is it that you want? Most folks come in there looking for what's available. And I always say, well, what do you want?
Exactly.
And I think literally limitlessness is a great beginning point. Amy, you've done a lot of wonderful management work and kind of steering you've got the rudder in your hand at Santi and trying to kind of steward our direction. Now you've done a phenomenal job with it. So what do you see in the not too distant near future for the creative growth for Santi Holistic Healing?
Wow, there's, like I said, so many wonderful practitioners at Santi, and one thing that I'm focusing on is trying to help everybody reach their goals in their own practices. And then as far as my personal practice, I love doing muscular therapy. That's what I've always been doing, and especially with injury work. Christine and I took a trip to Thailand, and I'm really incorporating the stuff that I learned there into my practice, and that's just been amazing.
And share that a little bit. Why don't you let the listening audience know just real briefly about what you did to glean from that trip to Thailand. That was a very special healing trip in more ways than one.
It definitely was. We went to Thailand for about a month in January to study the Thai body work, and we learned from the Thai masters over there, and it was just incredible. And as a whole, the Thai culture was so warm and inviting, and they were all smiling and so helpful, and it was really great to experience that. From the food point of view, we did take a cooking class, too, and the food was amazing, and I just felt great. I felt great over there on the food.
Of course, the food had to be so clean.
It was.
There's no genetically modified food in Thailand, is there?
No.
I don't think so.
There's also, they really don't have any dairy and no wheat either. So that was good.
Next time I go to Thailand, I'm going to say, forget it. I can't get GMO food here. I'm out of this place. I've been weaned on GMO food. I'll go into some kind of crash without it. So that was truly, I think, a special once-in-a-lifetime trip. And I think, incorporating a lot of the healing information that you gathered there shows a great deal about your dedication, both of you, to the concept of your healing work and your creative growth. Not many many folks are going to dedicate themselves to a 1-month trip in a foreign country like that?
It was amazing, for sure. And we actually are thinking about going back.
Oh, my goodness.
We are going back.
All
Yes,
three of you.
Yes.
All right.
We found a great actual traditional Chinese medicine hospital there because I was sick. I had a raging sinus infection, and so my Thai
While you
teacher,
were in Thailand.
While I was in Thailand, and my Thai teacher took me there, and they were awesome. We had such a great healing experience there, and I think they're going to offer a Chinese herbal medicine course there that we were interested in.
And folks, what you're hearing now is a level of interest, a level of passion, desire, commitment that these folks have regarding bringing you the best information that you possibly can obtain regarding your healing experience. So I can tell you firsthand, these are very dedicated people with a tremendous passion to make life better for each and every one of you. Suzanne, what do you see happening besides a trip to Thailand with these two?
Right. Well, 15 years ago when my dad was dying of cancer, I bought every nutrition book. This was when I was in banking. Every nutrition book at Good Health. And I was making my dad smoothies and dipping like shark cartilage in them. All these nasty stuff until one day my dad was like, "Get this away from me." But I was trying to pump him up with all this good nutrition, and when I decided to go back to grad school, I was telling someone this today, my vision of what I was going to be doing is exactly what I'm doing at Santi. And I still am so happy where I'm at, and I was telling someone today, I pinch myself all the time, and there was a point where I hadn't cashed the check, all my paychecks from Santi for 3 months, and Amy actually had to come up to me and say, "Suzanne, you're screwing up my accounting," or whatever. And I thought, I don't look at it as money. I look at it as just this powerful, just incredible world of healing, and I want to continue to do what I'm doing and learn more, like I said, in the Chinese medicine area, and mind medicine, and take it to a bigger scale where you and I have worked on a book together and impact people on a larger scale and give people hope that there is so much available in so many ways to help, all of us heal our family, ourselves, and I just want to continue in that.
That's great. It's all about inspiration and education, and I think the inspiration comes from the educator and is passed on to whoever they're communicating to, in your case and in all of our cases. Very, very good. Larry, we should take one short breather here before we go out. We've got to pay a couple bills. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hi there, this is Mark Mincole, the Natural Health and Healing Show. I know that so many of you out there are passionate about the latest cutting-edge nutritional information, would like to go on to that next level. I'm proud to announce that our new natural health care offices in Cohasset are offering personalized nutritional consultations. At Santi Holistic Healing, you'll experience an informative, individualized nutritional consultation by one of my finest personally trained nutritional experts. Your consultant will test you for specific food allergies and supplements. Together, you will chart out a personalized, optimal nutritional roadmap that will detail your healthiest foods and nutritional supplements, even specific doses. If that's not enough, we also offer relaxing healing massage at Santi Holistic Healing. Whether it's nutritional consulting or healing massage that you're interested in, we at Santi Holistic Healing are prepared to give you the healing experience of a lifetime. Call us at 781-383-3393. That's 781-383-3393 for the healing experience of a lifetime.
Did you know that arsenic is a common contaminant found in our local drinking water? Did you know that bottled water may be more dangerous than tap water? Join Dr. Ann Doggett of Whole Body Solutions in Quincy and Lono Hoala, international expert and best-selling author of Don't Drink the Water, for an eye-opening presentation, Healthy Water for Healthy Bodies seminar. That's Tuesday, June 30th, 7 in the evening at the Marriott in Quincy. Tickets, $20 in advance, $25 at the door. Hurry, limited space is available. Call for your tickets today, 617-328-6300. That's 617-328-6300. Or visit wholebodysolutions.org for more information. Come learn how to keep your family safe and healthy while drinking town or well water.
Welcome back. Of course, this is a very special evening for us here at the Natural Health and Healing Show. We've had some wonderful old friends like Bill Coleman, not old friends, but friends from the past, call in. Bill Coleman, who is really he was the brainchild on this whole thing, putting this whole program together. And Ralph and Diane, of course, the flagship sponsors, the main veins of this program, who have been with us tried and true from the very beginning. And the show has just continued to grow and grow. I would have never dreamt that we'd be podcasting all the way around the world. And each month we get our podcast reports back, and we've got a consistently tried and true audience from all around the world, from the Netherlands and from Sweden and Italy, etc. So we get people watching this broadcast on a regular weekly basis. It's really pretty special. We get viewers in all different corners of the United States as well. So
and Mark, don't forget, you are the second longest running show here on WATD.
Is that true?
Yeah. Let's throw that in.
Wow, it sounds like we just won an election or something. Welcome to election headquarters.
Better than that.
McNamara on the money.
Yeah.
The first, but you are
amazing, crazy.
Second.
I would have never believed it, but here we are anyway. So we've had some interesting conversations, and I've warned you about this next question, but I think it's an important question. If each of you were to consider that you're going to have a moment to be on the radio to share your thoughts, your spirit, your soul with the world, whatever messages you wanted to, what would that be, Jill?
Wow, if I actually got to speak on the radio, I would want to say...
Just imagine.
Just imagine that. I'd want to say go for it. This has been my life for a long time, and Mark, you actually taught me how I can do this, make a living, and live my truth. I want to thank you for that.
Well, you're very welcome, and that's a great message, by the way.
So, I got a little something for you.
Okay.
We all want to thank you for being you. We all want to thank you for coming through, for bringing us the way, for being present true every day. Peace, love, and light. In your mission, you got us feeling out of sight.
All right. We wanted it from the heart and soul. We got it. You know, I didn't want this to be one of those classic one-dimensional wallpaper interviews with people. And you know what? It's not. And thanks to you guys, it's really very, very
eight-dimensional.
Special. It is multi-dimensional. And thank you so much. Christine, same question. You have the world out there. Finally, you have the microphone in front of you. What would you like to share with them? What would you like to tell them or say to them in your moment?
Well, I'd like to thank you again, as Jill did, because you started this journey for me. I remember that I hounded you for a long time because I knew I wanted to do this work, and I was only going to do it with you. So thank you for that. But what I'd like to tell people is basically just reconnect or connect with your own innate power to heal. There's limitless possibilities for you out there, and when you understand it and you recognize it and you put your energy toward it, you can create your own reality. Whatever it is you want, whether it's healing from a chronic disease or whether it's some changes in your life you want to make, you can do it, and we see it happen every day.
Now I want to ask you something on the straight down the middle here. Right across the bow. When you first heard me with my enthusiasm about how limitless possibilities to the personal power experience of healing. In other words, we do have the ability to do. We've got the resources, we've got the food, the way we think, the way we live. You first heard those messages and thought, he's crazy, didn't you?
Or you think, well, they can do it, but I can't.
There you go.
That's the people out there say, well, yeah, I know it's possible, but not for me.
But one of the things I want people to hear out there is, and you can back me up on this, many of your patients, many of the people you work with, when you first try to sell them, if you will, for lack of other terms, the notion that they do have the ability, they do have the resources available to make quantum differences in their health care, in their health conditions, they have amazing healing ability, much more expansively than they'd ever believe. Because the world sells them this notion that food isn't medicine, supplements and vitamins aren't any good, vitamin E, vitamin C, you see those conflicting studies, forget it, it's just too good to be true. But when you talk to those people after 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months, they have a whole different impression, don't they?
A whole different, and a lot of emotion.
And a lot of emotion. But what we're doing is we're basically opening a door and inviting them into a whole new world. And when they go in and they see the reality that they've not been aware of, it's an astounding experience.
Absolutely.
Amy, what see you?
Okay. Well, I wouldn't have discovered this without you, first of all, so I want to thank you for that. But I think that my main message to people is that, I think that you just really have to follow your passion, and this is your one life that you have to live for right now, for the moment, and I think you really have to take each day and value it and go after that and not say, oh, I'll get to that later, like all of us usually do. That I think it's really important to follow your passions, follow your heart, do what feels right to you and what means the most to you, and keep the people who mean the most to you around you.
Those are great messages as well. Suzanne?
What I've realized through our practice and our work in Chinese medicine is that what we resist the most is what we need to look at. And so our program is actually not alternative. It's something that everyone can utilize. It doesn't have to be completely, it becomes life-changing, but you can still integrate the things that we do, in a conservative world, whether you're on chemotherapy or taking medicines. It doesn't have to be alternative. We don't always say, get off these meds, or it's not about not having treatment. It's really about empowering each other to heal. So for me, I think that when people resist our work, it's really they're resisting something within themselves.
Absolutely.
And there is a message there for all of us, and for myself included, that sort of taking on what is scariest has the most benefits. And I know in my practice, consulting at Dana-Farber, I struggle with that too. Conservative medicine often says, pH and sugar don't feed cancer, and I'm constantly struggling, that's an example, or that antioxidants are going to interfere with treatment, or there's a lot of roadblocks to the work that we do, and I always struggle with trying to integrate what we do in conservative medicine. And I think that might be a little scary for me, because it means I'm stepping away from how I've studied. And I think that's the area where I also can have the greatest impact, and my patients included, we can work together.
So what's the message about that very topic to the listeners out there? The fact that there are two different worlds that are distinctly different worlds.
Right.
There really is no blended medicine. Anybody that tells you there's complementary or blended medicine is somebody that really hasn't gone swimming yet.
Right.
Okay? So in reality, what you're saying is there are two distinctly different practices, so to speak, and philosophies, healing philosophies. So, to your point, when you have so many folks out there that are confused by this, what would you...
Well, I would say, I'm confused too, because it's hard to have to choose one or the other, mm-hmm. But there are ways to integrate, if people are receiving conservative medicine, or, whether it's chemotherapy or medications, mm-hmm. that there is so much work that we can do with things that aren't going to interfere with treatment, and ways to help heal and get to the root, not just treat the symptoms, but really get to the root of what is happening, why the machine is creating these diseases to begin with. And I think that's where the greatest power is.
Right, and I think the other part of that equation is, 25 years ago, when there weren't the studies that are presently available, it was a different story.
Right.
But when you've got the kind of information now to back up that alternative medicine is really viable and food is medicine, and we've got the studies, university, medical school studies that are peer-reviewed studies.
Right, and food is not alternative. Food is
mainstream.
Right.
Last time I checked,
you are what you eat.
Yes, and the last time I checked, we were all doing that every day. Food is mainstream, folks. Absolutely great messages. And, I think the other part of that equation, too, is that to a great extent, we are the folks who are breaking the news, if you will, to people for the first time in many cases. So it's really a powerful, powerful responsibility to share this very precious and very important information with so many people with the enthusiasm and honesty that I think we're all dedicated to and will continue to dedicate ourselves to. So when folks do listen to this broadcast each and every Sunday, there is dedication, there's honesty, and there's a very powerful, powerful commitment to the idea of educating the public at large. Because I'll tell you a quick story here. I know time is slowly winding down on us, but I do my segments, of course, every Wednesday on New England Cable News. They're called You Are What You Eat, of course. And by the way, a quick little programming note. This Wednesday I'll be on at 9:15, 10:15, and 11:15 as opposed to the 45, just for 1 week. But anyway, the vice president of the network, Charlie Kravitz, who is the gentleman who was one of the architects of Channel 5 and then was the architect over at one of the main architects of New England Cable News, a great guy, great television guy, and a good friend. And he said to me one day, he said, after you did some of your segments regarding some of the scientific studies that are a little bit controversial about food as medicine, he said, we got a battery of phone calls from all kinds of physicians and all kinds of medical people from some of the medical establishments and some of the towers in Boston and some of the pharmaceutical folks as well. And he said, they all said, we want to have equal time. We want to have a rebuttal. And he said, Mark is a rebuttal. He said, you folks have dominated the airwaves long enough.
Awesome.
Anyway, I want to make sure that over the 7 years we've had remarkable support from Personal Best, Good Health, Natural Foods, Jarrow, of course. Without those groups, we would not be here to do this broadcast. And of course, as we pointed out just a little while ago, there are always unsung heroes that make stuff like this work. So Larry Nelson, take a bow. Say something to the folks out there, Larry.
Good evening.
I want to know, where's the cake?
Where's the cake?
It ain't here.
I want an ice cream cake.
Yes, indeed. And we also want to make sure that Candida gets a little salute because she's worked hard for us here over the years as well. And special thanks to Ed Perry, of course, at WATD. Ed Perry is the big daddy here at WATD 95.9 FM. And thank you guys all for being here.
Thank you.
What a pleasant surprise. And
We love you.
You made it a wonderful birthday, I can tell you that. And, of course, we will be back next Sunday, as we are each and every Sunday here at 8 o'clock on WATD. Heard only, of course, 95.9 FM WATD. This is the Natural Health and Healing Show. We'll begin our 8th year next Sunday. So we want you to be here with us. And until that time, this is Mark Mincola reminding you all, be wise, be aware, be well. Make it a healthy week. Good night.
First,